Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader, and today's message feels very simple in a way, which, to be honest, is often kind of a relief for me. It's so often that as I read tarot, it dips into all of these different complexities and gray areas, and so for a reader like myself, who often lives in that territory, it can feel like a breath of fresh air to have things be a little bit more straightforward, or to have the message feel a little bit blunt. There's something very refreshing about that. So what I'm getting overall is that things really are getting better. And it's okay that we're not all going to be able to accept that message or to see that so clearly. I feel like some of us may kind of be off fighting our own battles, or just feeling a need to really be combative or challenge the way things are. I feel like this energy is very much about challenging and doing things differently and asking questions and feeling the aliveness of that, feeling the aliveness of a challenge. I do feel like in this particular context, so Page of Swords is air. Air has very much to do with the intellect, and so this is a younger energy, and it's very much an intellectually alive energy, and it's also the way in which it is often a younger energy that wants to challenge the status quo. There's an importance to that, and then there's also kind of a doing it for the sake of being challenging that can also happen. So I feel like some of both of those sides of the coin are in play with this energy. He is actually right alongside Justice reversed, right? This energy, to me, it so often speaks to the perfect unfolding of things as they happen, as we get from them what we need to, whether or not they're pleasant or fun or easy for us to go through. The way this feels to me is that even as it's felt like, and there are a lot of things that are maybe even more than just perceived injustices, that are unjust things happening in the world. And also there is this feeling of this energy of justice being in progress. I feel like it's very much both. It's in progress, but a lot of things have happened that have shaken us in really profound ways that are not easy to necessarily come out of right away. So both aspects of this energy or this, the way I'm intuiting this, it's in a couple of different ways, and both of those are in play. So that's happening. And also this feeling, this energy of loss, of mourning. Here you have cups, which are water. Justice is Libra, so justice goes back to air, which, interesting that water, which goes deep, water is about our emotions, and sometimes just the deep underbelly of our emotions, that emotional undercurrent of things. It's interesting that this energy on its head is sandwiched between these two energies, which speak to our intellectual processing. What this is telling me, and it is that that phrase that was coined, in relation to the, I want to say just in relation to the queer movement, that it gets better. What I'm getting here is that very same message. It not only does it get better, but that it's getting better. It is, we have turned a corner with a lot of what we've been going through here, even as it does still weigh heavy on us, We've turned a corner, but yet for some of us there will still be this need to challenge and fight and not necessarily own the optimism of it getting better. I think for some of us it's actually easier to stay a little bit more entrenched in that aspect of challenging and fighting and just being a little bit more in fight mode more of the time. So as with so many of these readings, that is a choice, and it's okay that some of us are choosing that. It's certainly not the easy way, but I guess that's the thing of it really, is that wherever you are, that kind of has to be okay. So some of us will be here, is what I'm getting. And then in conjunction with these three cards that I pulled, the artwork that I'm reading with today, this is another really interesting little piece that I've created to be read with. And the way it feels here is that we have so many more options than sometimes we even realize. There's just this feeling for me of kind of a divine centering going on. It's like, in the best possible way, we each of us really are, as Abraham Hicks would say, at the center of our own little universe, and kind of gifted the ability to create for ourselves. I really feel like there's this divine there's this divine power that each and every one of us has, whether or not we're even in the right place to own it or see it so clearly. But within that, all of us have a lot more options than we're necessarily aware of all of the time. And so yeah, so it's a really beautiful pairing with this other message that it really is, things really are in the process of getting better, just in terms of things we're shedding within ourselves. So there's this, and again, just that maybe all of us have a lot more options, more resources, more insight, more wisdom available to us than many of us maybe realize. And so when we're in fight mode, we kind of temporarily, and again, as Abraham Hicks would say, we temporarily cut off our access to a lot of these other options, but they're still there. It's like, if you look at it more broadly, the universe is so much more abundant than we even realize at any given moment, and especially than we can see when we're stuck in our fear or our doubt or our collective anxiety, which there's so much of right now. We forget our power. And so this is just a reminder that it's still there, that there really is, in our connection to our more divine knowing, so many new options, or options that we didn't even know were there, can present themselves. And just the beauty of that, and the the ingeniousness of that is what I'm getting. So I hope that you all have a really wonderful day, or at very least a more satisfying day. I hope that this message lands with those of you that it was meant to land with. I recognize that that won't be everyone, but yeah, I hope that this is helpful. I hope that more of you continue to realize how wonderful you are and how special you are, and that the things that you have to offer really are of value, which is something that I'm showing myself each and every time I make a video and put it out there for all of you. We all have divine connection, divine knowing, and resources available to us, seen and unseen at any given moment. And how beautiful is that? So I will also say, as I've been saying lately, I launched my Patreon page this past Valentine's Day. I am loving the beautiful little community of people that I've gathered around me. Patreon, for those of you who don't know, is a really wonderful platform that allows creators like me to accept monthly donations from you all. And for me, the way I've set up my Patreon is that you can donate as little as $1 a month, and up to and actually beyond $10 a month. Some of you lovely patrons have given me like over 2 times my maximum donation amount, which is incredible. But the way I've set it up is $1 to $10 you can donate per month and receive different benefits. All of you will have access to different content that I create exclusively for my Patreon, which is like a Facebook feed of one. And then some of you, depending on the donation tier, you can either receive really beautiful artwork that I send you once every 3 months, or at this point in time, at least an hour-long reading once a month on Zoom. So if you resonate with my style and my way of receiving messages, that might be an option for you. And again, I'm so enjoying the experience of Patreon and the way it's allowed me to bring together such lovely people, and I look forward to seeing who else of you all out there decide to join me. And it won't be for all of you, and that's okay too. Nothing on here diminishes the quality of this content. This channel can only improve as I receive new creative ideas and ways of structuring what I put on here. So again, I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.